Bless all the way up. It's your boy Change Agent Cooper coming to you live from Asheville, North Carolina. Hashtag 828 is great. Hashtag perseverance versus everything. Hashtag iron sharpens iron. Oh yeah. Today I just wanted to talk a little bit about my experience with workforce development in regards to equitable hiring, second chance hiring, as well as inclusion and diversity being an intentional conversation. And so one of the things I've learned over time is that, like, a company may really want to improve diversity with staffing and things like that, but what we run into is there's another question that must be asked whenever they're speaking of improving inclusion and diversity within staffing. The question is your leadership prepared for diversity? Can your leadership handle having a diverse staffing? Can your leadership be open-minded enough to hear diverse perspectives on certain topics and the way that the company even operates, the mannerisms of your supervisors? Are you ready for diversity is the question. And if you are actually prioritizing diversity, prioritizing inclusion and diversity, then you must be ready to address leadership. Because if you want to have diverse staff and you want to sustain, if you want to develop the talent, if you want to see those people grow, see people stay, retain jobs, then you must have certain trainings for your leadership. And if you haven't tended to have diversity in leadership prior to your goal of diversifying your staffing, if you haven't had any trainings for your leadership, that's something you may want to consider simultaneously, not separately, but simultaneously, because you have to prepare your leadership for what you're trying to do at the company, to keep from having some bombs go off, to keep from having situations and tensions, because we all know that one of the most depressing things that can happen is a hostile work environment, and you don't want your goal of doing something great in the world, something great at your organization. We don't want to go from doing something great to causing havoc in people's lives, do you? So shout out to all those people who are really intentional about diversifying the workforce and being bold enough, courageous enough, innovative enough to want to even notice the lack of diversity. I salute you for that. So just know that from my take on it, that's my experience, and I'm going to continue to share my experience. You know what I'm saying? Because me as a black male in Western North Carolina, I have had to deal with a lot of different things concerning inclusion and diversity, as well as assisting individuals whom I've referred to certain companies, assisting them with surviving the work culture of the company that they go work for. So we had to learn the hard way, but the good thing about utilizing certified peer support specialists in this model, you have people who have been in the individual shoes, and we can have straight up conversations about what's going on, and we're having those straight up conversations and establishing, I dropped it. My bad. And establishing that rapport comes, being able to be proactive in dealing with issues in the workplace. So take that from me. As far as inclusion and diversity is concerned, if your organization is wanting to improve that, just make sure your leadership is ready for the diversity, because there are some trainings, and specifically in Asheville, North Carolina, you got REI, you got Building Bridges, you got Diversity Engagement Coalition. We have several organizations that are doing amazing work with training folks, preparing them for diversity, and diversity is crucial. It's very important. With diversity comes innovation. With no diversity, there's really no innovation. It's just doing things the way they've always been done, and we know how far that gets us. Can I get an amen? My name is Change Agent Cooper, and I am the alternative. Perseverance versus what? Perseverance versus everything. Appalachia strong. Y'all have a blessed weekend.